And I will now let Mayor Bass say a few beautiful words. And thank you very much for your help, for your friendship, and for your support.
Appreciate it, Alexander. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. First, I'd like to start, as Alexandra said, I happen to know Skitch and Ruth, knew them kind of a little bit. What they brought to our town was tremendous. And Alexandra, you've kind of brought that back, that spirit that they had for the arts and for entertainment. And that's what we do here in New Milford. We continue to build upon that. And to really signify really our investment and our partnership in that, we have Councilman Murphy here, we have Councilman Sal here as well. And they also know how important the arts is to our community. We have lots of different artists. As you can hear, we also have some great people that come into our town to perform the arts and is a very important component of our town. And that's why it makes one of the reasons why they're the best town in the USA. And Alexandra, I'd like to read something if I could. Yes, we did. We just became a cultural district. And we're going to continue with more investments in the arts. And you'll see and hear more about that within the next few months. Alexandra, I'd like to read something to you if I could. Absolutely. Whereas the town of New Milford and the entire region has benefited from the many cultural gifts generously bestowed upon it by Ruth and Skitch Henderson, who in 1968 set eyes upon the vacant dairy farm that featured a barnyard that spoke to their hearts, so much so, they purchased the property and faithfully visited and restored it, making it a livable farm where they resided most of their lives. And whereas the couple's love of and vision of the property, they expanded, and in 1970 they purchased the neighboring Bostwick property and later renovated the large 1836 barn, as we are here now, into their home, and the Heifer barn into Skitch's studio where his musical and compositional talent flourished. He conceived the New York Pops Orchestra, making the property the birthplace of this historical independent musical organization, for which he served as a musical director and conductor until his death in 2005. And whereas the Hendersons were a gracious, down-to-earth couple, whose roots were in New York City at the time they came to town, and whose friends included an array of famous musicians, movie stars, United States presidents, and others, but who shared an appreciation and respect for the land on which they lived by infusing their personal and cultural interests into their offerings on the property. And beyond, in 1972, they opened a store, an art gallery, and world-known cooking school on the farm in the building simply known as the Silo. And I know, Alexandro, you have already brought the cooking school back. Whereas the couple turned this upland road property into a living educational and cultural trust the generations have enjoyed and future generations will continue to experience by creating the nonprofit Hunt Hill Farm. They also purchased combining two farms in partnership with the town of New Milford, Weantanog Land Trust, Connecticut Farmland Trust, and the state of Connecticut. It is a partnership that has allowed tens of thousands of children and adults alike to explore their artistic and mutual interests on this bucolic property. And whereas the couple was deeply involved and committed to the town of New Milford and beyond. The Silo and the Hunt Hill Farm, through their major financial support of the New Milford Hospital, Ruth serves as founding director of the former New Milford Bank and Trust, as co-chairman of the New Milford Hospital Foundation, and as a founding member of the New Milford Commission on the Arts. And Skitch's collaboration with the New Milford Commission on the Arts in 1977 to launch the inaugural Carol Sing, which continues to this day. And for those that haven't come to our Carol Sing, you got to come. It is great. Whereas the current caretakers of this property, Alexandro, we acknowledge you're continuing the legacy of the Hendersons. Now, therefore, I, Pete Best, Mayor of the town of New Milford, do hereby proclaim October 4th, 2025, as Ruth and Skitch Henderson Day 2025. Alexandro, thank you.